Hey, what's up guys? We're back again with the indisputable best ladder deck in Clash Royale. No matter the matchup, no matter the opponent, this deck can win if you play well enough. After playing over 1,000 games in the 20-win challenge, this is one of the decks that I was seeing all the time at the top. So I asked my pro player friends to teach me, and they gave me a ton of awesome advice. Luckily for you guys, I'm going to be giving you guys as much as I can today. Even though the meta has low skill evolved pekka and goblin giant decks absolutely everywhere, this deck has enough high damage with cannon cart, cannoneer, and goblinstein to delete them, while having high damage cheap cycle bait cards that allow you to outpace and outplay your opponents. It's time to mortar into some matches and assert dominance. And massive mortar love to everyone that's supporting the channel with credit code SIRTAG. Yo, we are starting off the day against a rank 140 player in the world. Looking at that banner, this guy is a scary sir. So we have to play our best against this level of gameplay. I'm going to go for a mortar rather early on, and then I think we're probably going to log the other side just to kill the goblin so we don't get destroyed by that. Then I'm going to plop down a cannon cart here. So this could be a log bait deck. It could also be a royal recruit stack. Those are the two that I'm expecting. There's a chance it's something else, but I hope not. I hope that we got the deck right already, because I don't want to make adjustments out here. I'm going to go for a goblinstein in front of the cannon cart, because if the cannon cart dies, I'm going to be a sad sir. And this is one of the best pushes you can do, because if you get the goblinstein in front of the cannon cart, then the opponent has to spend a lot of extra elixir, and they can't go for bait cards because the bait cards will just die the goblinstein ability. So one of the scariest strategies, and it's a spooky monster mashing play that you can do to your opponents. We're hovering the goblin gang behind our tower in case our opponent decides to go goblin barrel. Another thing that we could do is we could fireball on the doctor here just to kill it. I think that works out rather well. If the bats can lock onto the tower, I'm pretty happy with that. The other reason why I like that interaction a lot is because if we kill the doctor with the fireball, then he can't plop down an ability to kill whatever bait cards we would drop on the goblinstein if he somehow miraculously got something in front of that, like a miner. Okay, so I think we eat the one mortar shot that's going to happen here. Oh, maybe it, nah, it's good. I was going to say, if he gets two, I'm sad, but it's just going to die. All right, we can go in for a goblinstein in the back. Generally with this deck, your optimal strategy is using the cannon cart to snipe, the goblinstein to cycle, because it's just such a cost-effective, versatile card that is giving you a 3-card cycle because you can only get one champion on the field. So then you're going to cycle back to the other cards a bit quicker. Love doing that. Wait. Watch this, guys. We're going to cook. He doesn't have cannon cart or goblinstein in cycle, so we're going to go goblin gang left side. He missed one of the goblins! Gary the goblin, large and in charge. That's what we like to see. I'm about to pop the monster ability here, and this is going to give us monstrous value because he's not going to be able to clean this up as nearly as effectively as he would want. We're going to fireball in the evolved bats because those things are scary, but overall, really awesome interactions all around. And what I can do is I can expect him to go cannon cart on top of our mortar. Okay, never mind. Well, he is going to, most likely. So we're going to go cannon cart on his. Then we're going to go in for a miner. Ooh, wait. He dropped in the back. We can just full-on assault him right now. We can go on everything we own. He fireballs on the bats. He doesn't have anything for the goblinstein. And this mortar is going to lock on the tower directly, so that's huge value. Then we can go goblin gang with the mortar locked onto the tower and the goblinstein tanking. We might get him to tank the game here because we can pop an ability. Then we can go for a fireball and a log and win. So all I have to do here is play safe and not play stupid. So I'm going to go in for the log here on defense, actually, because it cleans up very quickly. Then I can go for bats, get the miner damage. If we can get a couple shovel slaps, then we're going to get him into fireball range, which is 302 at max ladder. And that was a disaster for our top ranked individual here. This guy's ranked 140 in the world, and he had the princess tower in a mirror matchup. So he has more tower health, and he can outmaneuver us because we have to assume that the goblin gang or the bats will take the entire tower since we're running cannoneer. So we not only started at a deficit from health, but we had a massive matchup disadvantage and still pulled out the victory. Just look at that guy's best season and legacy best. Finishing top 369 in the world recently and 140 in the world is ridiculously talented. Showcasing this deck's superiority, allowing you to beat the best players in the world if you play it well enough. All right, we got another one here. So we're going to spring into action with the miner and bats on the left side. Definitely something that we want to do whenever we get the opportunity, because getting the bats evolution allows you to get way more lucrative trades. Also, I think it's important that we go in for a goblin gang right now because his arrows are out of cycle and he might be running a royal recruit stack. If royal recruits don't have spells,
it is going to be life on hell for this man as it heats up in the arena while we collect more and more damage.
I'm going to go Gobstein. I was fumbling between my cards. I was like, cannon cart, goblinstein, cannon cart, goblinstein. And I shifted in the right direction. The electricity current always favors the goblinstein there. We're going to go in for a fireball, and then we're immediately going to go and shovel over our bats. Don't want to pop the ability, but I think I kind of have to. And then I can maybe miner with these bats so we can force an arrows out of him. Otherwise, he's just going to let the bats go. Oh, Zappies. 4 elixir instead of 3. Even better for me, baby. We take that all day long. So that's scrumptious. Zappies do die in 2 shots to the Cannoneer. So that first Zappy is gonzo. The only thing that I don't like is the fact that he's not giving us the trade that we were hoping for. I'm a log, so we can kill the Zappies now in 1 shot with the Cannoneer. So that's very nice. Or a mortar shot. That's even better, actually. Wow. Yeah, mortar plus log fully counters a Zappy. So the Zappy just dies then, if you guys didn't know. It's a very nice interaction. Okay, so we can go Goblin Gang here and force arrows. So then maybe we can go in for the evolved bats without him having arrows in cycle. That's what I want to see. If he goes Electro Spear, I'm going to be tilted. Please just drop extra elixir. Oh my gosh. Did he count our cycle? Did he know I had evolved bats so he didn't want to waste it? I think he did. What a smart player. I'm going to go Cannon Cart here. If you drop it at the right timing, it should pull, and we might not take any damage there. All right, he's going to arrows on these bats, unfortunately. But we want to just kill the Fly Machine ideally, or at least put it in the range that it gets 1 shot by the Cannoneer. Then we mortar immediately because he ended up dropping Fly Machine, and he also went in for a bit of extra elixir with the arrows. So we got a bad trade. And then if the Zappies get shot there, then they just die. We're kind of hoping that would be the case. Bro's got Barbell and arrows and also Electro Spirit, so this is definitely a matchup that favors him. But if his Electro Spirit goes in the wrong thing, yo, that's cooked. That's cooked. And then we can just go bats here, get him to Fly Machine early, Fireball on that thing, and definitely just go Goblin Gang because he doesn't want to arrows this. He might arrows it, but it would be a bad play. I mean, he's spending so much elixir and he's down a lot already, so I think we can confidently go in for a Miner Goblinstein and then have the Goblinstein Brawler end up dying, but like still have the little doctor dude having massive value for us right now. If we're able to keep the rest of our cards alive here, this is going to be great. We're going to get Goblin Gang down last second. We should be able to force another arrows, but man, that was a bit annoying. Double small spells really do cook a bit more than I anticipated, to be honest. So here's the thing. If you really want to just be a lower skill individual, you can go for mortars defensively until you get the ability to go in for an aggressive one. The way I like doing is like once you get the mortar evolution, you can start playing way more aggressive. So I do enjoy doing that. We go for Evo Bats here. I could pop the ability on the recruits. I don't think they were going to hit all of them actually for the first part, but we'll hit them a bit later. I'm going to Fireball on the right side for sure if he decides to go in, but not looking like he wants to. So yeah, we're just going to play a passive. When you're down a little bit, you can just chill back, relax, and then go and cycle more miners on the tower, and then Fireball on defense until you collect the win against recruits. So just something to keep in mind. You are allowed to play passive in this matchup because you have, you know, Cannoneer, which isn't the best tower, so you do have to play a little bit more carefully in certain situations. A Fireball on those Rail Hogs so they just die. He used his arrows, so now we know that the recruits are going to die as well. You can get a Goblin Gang down here. He's going to definitely click his Electro Spirit, and when he does, we should be good to go. So remember, what we were waiting for was this placement, this interaction where we get the mortar and we have the mortar evolution. Now we can go Cannon Cart, we can go for bats here, we can pre-log the Electro Spirit that he's probably going to drop on the right. Wow, he arrows instead and he was fully focused on defense. Bro didn't even do that, that's insane. So, right, we're definitely going to cook with a Fireball on top of the Royal Hogs. And then we're going to have to go for Evolved Bats so then we don't lose to the Zappy. And then we can go for a log and then probably win the game with that. Yep, GG. So, kind of a tough game, not going to lie. Not a huge fan of playing against someone that has Electro Spirit, arrows, and a Barbell against the bait deck when we have Cannoneer, but no, we still were able to make it happen. As long as you play safe and sit back and relax whenever you're losing, you'll gradually chip your opponent down enough with the Fireball and Log and Miner to the point that you're going to win the game. And then if that doesn't work, you can play way more defensive for the guaranteed win. After ruthlessly wrecking recruits, we've pushed up to 8,400 in the world. Hey, we are matching into another rank top 200 player, but this guy is even higher caliber than the first guy that we got. He's ranked 118 in the world looking at the banner. That is superbly scary, my sir. So we're gonna go for mortar on the right side, and I think it's in our best interest to maybe just go in for a defense on the right and kind of ignore the left. Because the Royal Ghost is mostly gonna die here. He'll probably Fisherman. Oh, this is really bad for me. I need a Miner on that Mother Witch. If I don't, I think I lose. I might have lost anyway, I don't know. I don't know, asking for a friend, bros. Please let my bats die, don't give him piggies. We killed the Mother Witch! Burn the witch, burn the witch. Seriously, getting that last shot with a Cannoneer against the Royal Ghost earlier, so then we did that before it went invisible, was very valuable because we would be down, I don't know, maybe 800, 900 more damage on the left side. So We take those. We're gonna go Goblin Gang because I think he just used log earlier, so I think the Goblins will lock tower for at least one slap. A little bit of a silly slap, but it is a slap nonetheless. This is again one of those matchups where we might have to sit back a bit more because if you guys know, Royal Giant does very well against Mortar. If you drop a Mortar, you are going to tickle the Royal Giant, which is not necessarily the play that you want to be doing. So we're going to go in for a Mortar on defense, kill that, and then wait and see if you Royal Giants into us, because then we can outcycle the Royal Giant, because guess what? If we cycle our Mortar first, we'll get back to another Mortar before you are back to your second Royal Giant. That's generally like the strategy that I go with. You guys can play differently. You're allowed to do whatever you want in Clash Royale. You can just have the world be your oyster, and you can figure things out. Your cards can be placed in whatever way you like, but for me personally, this is how I play it. I'm also logging the RG, so then it does die before it does damage to our goblins. I'm going to Fireball on the Mother Witch, and we'll see how much damage we can collect. If we can just kill the skeletons with the... Oh, okay, that would have been a nice idea. I don't know how we defend this, to be honest. I think we have to Miner. And then individually kill the skellies, but if that reaches my tower, I just lose, right? Yeah, I just lost. No way to defend this. Even if I go Goblin Gang, the skeletons are just going to multiply like crazy. I'm dropping all my elixir. Will it die? It did die! My tower's dead. It's literally like one of the worst feelings in Clash Royale when that stupid thing pops off like that. But hey, it's part of the game. That is one of the few downsides of playing a Cannoneer. You're just like hoping the skeletons die, and if they do, then you're fine. If they don't, then you're screwed. So I think I would have won this game very easily. I mean, we still might be able to kill the RG, but we're going right into a Mother Witch here. Again, like, such a tough situation where the dude had evolved skeletons and Mother Witch into our bait deck with Cannoneer. So kind of a tough matchup. You can't win them all in Clash, and I tried my hardest. It's just, you know, that one skeleton screwed me. And that is Clash Royale for you. Sometimes a little Larry slaps you in the face, and you're sitting there like, bro, do not slap me with the sword like that. That is so disrespectful. No one likes you, skeleton. Get nerfed to the ground. Actually, get buried underground and don't come back again. If we do ever lose, it's not bad losing against someone that finished 118 in the world, because that's ridiculous skill. We'll blast on to the next one with our Mortar and hopefully shoot our opponents out of the match. All right, let's get it. So this guy's got Lava Hound PM in the clan. Hopefully he just falls asleep. Maybe it's so late at night in the PM for this brother that he is not ready to properly play Clash Royale to the fullest capacity. I'm going to go for Bats plus Miner and we're Force Arrows. This is definitely a Lava Hound deck. So if you guys are unaware, this bomber is about to get blasted down. Very fun for us to have the bomber get killed by the Cannoneer. It's an awesome interaction where we spend 0 elixir and then he gets a terrible trade. We're going to plop down our Goblinstein, and going directly into that is not ideal because I think... Oh, wow, he's got lightning. Well, I guess that makes sense. If you are playing Lava Hound, you probably should be playing lightning. If you are playing Lava Hound without lightning, how do you kill Goblinsteins or Electro Dragon evolutions? You just lose then. But yeah, bomber dies every interaction. We can maybe go in for some diabolical play where we split Goblin Gang and then go for a Miner. I like doing this because the cannon card's going to tank for some of the goblins. So if we get goblins on the other side and we have dual lane pressure, this is super hard for him to stop because the goblins, again, as I said, the cannon card is tanking for. So look at how much damage we're accumulating on the right side. It's definitely the right play for us. Could have batsed earlier, but kind of wanted to wait a little bit. Rather preserve our elixir advantage and then really capitalize on going in for a Mortar with it as well. So remember, the guy's got lightning, but his lightning cycle is not going to be near as fast as us. So I can go Gobstein Mortar, and I'm pretty confident that he's not back to lightning, but if he is, he's going to shut me up real soon. If he's back to lightning, I'm going to be a sad sir. Oh, wow. Okay. Maybe it wasn't actually that bad, because he dropped his evolution, too. Wait, never mind. That was 10 elixir from him. That was 9 elixir from us, and we got him to go Goblinstein counter with... you know, his cage in the wrong side, so he doesn't even get counter push in the lane he's looking for. Gonna arrows this. I should have went Goblin Gang on the left. It's fine. Really? There's no way you get away with that. There's no way. There's no way. That's just not happening. What? Okay, there's the arrows. Was he not back to it, or am I just crazy? All right. Anyway, we will outcycle him. We will outcycle. I am the danger. We're gonna go Mortar, and we are gonna go for Evolve Bats on the right side because he won't be back to arrows. We can Fireball on this. The Goblinstein is 100% going to get lightning, right? Or does he not lightning this time? Dude, I'm so confused. What are you okay, there's the lightning on the King Tower because you wanted to give up. Okay. That is probably even more relatable than the experience of getting 3 crowned or screwed over by 1 elixir evolved skeletons. That is, you know, Clash Royale in just a couple still slides. We ended up getting destroyed by a single 1 evolved skeleton, and then we made our opponent rage quit with a lightning. Being able to unpredict the lightning kind of made it the best experience and one of the most unexpected presents that I could have had. I totally thought bro was gonna lightning on top of our goblin side in the mortar for the umpteenth time, but instead he just left the match with the lightning with a lightning fast wall, giving us a glorious 3 crown, allowing us to cleanse the palate from that horrible loss against the evolved skeleton. All right, let's lock in for the last game of the day. CR for fun is his clan, and honestly bro, if I'm playing against the pancake tower, it's not gonna be that fun of an experience for me. You're gonna level up some shenanigans, whether it's gonna be a pekka or a goblin giant, but yeah, this is why I play the deck that I'm currently playing right now. Because every other deck in the game kind of gets screwed by pekkas and goblin giants that are over leveled and just a menace to society. Okay, fortunately for us, we can fireball on that, but it won't die. It doesn't even die, dude. All right, will he pop the ability? If he does, I might have to log that a little bit earlier. I don't think he pops the ability. It'd be kind of weird because our cannon cart will be able to one-shot that, so we're fine. Yeah. Scary because the tank level is so much higher, so you need more damage per second to damage down to level 16 Pekka or level 16 Goblin Giant. The entire premise of this deck is based off of the fact that you are able to beat those bad matchups that most other decks just can't conceivably have good or effective enough trades to be able to beat their barrage of offense. So that's the main thing to keep in mind. I love the fact that he just leveled up 1 guard. That makes me a bit happier. Makes me be able to guard the guard, you feel me, my dudes? And it's a very clean up with the Miner. So if you guys didn't know, Miner is essentially a scuffed knight. You see Knight for 3 elixir, and then you see Miner, and you're like, Miner, you're okay. You're not great, but you fulfill the bill. We're gonna lock on this, and I hope it dies. No one loves a Ram Rider at level 16. Holy heck, bro. That was all my elixir. So I'm in a sketchy spot, not gonna lie. We're gonna go in for a mortar, and we're currently winning the game by a little bit, but not by too much. I would love to have Fireball there, but I wasn't able to because I had to use it on defense. If you Fireball on top of the Goblinstein Brawler, or the Goblinstein Brawler and also the Goblinstein Doctor, and you use your mortar, you can just kill the Goblinstein Doctor, and then the mortar will retarget onto the tower, and that's one of the best interactions in the entire game. So we're gonna try to do dueling shenanigans here. I'm gonna try to go Goblin Gang on the other side, maybe get him to arrows on the left. If he rages, he doesn't kill, so it's okay for me. Is it great? No. But it's something that I can vibe with. I might be able to pop ability if we need to, but the Evolved Bat is going batty out here. You love to see it. With the Cannoneer, I might not have to. Nope, I had to. Over-leveled stuff is broken. Not fun to play into, man. That's the problem. Level 16 cards that just don't die, and you're like, oh, it's dead, and then it doesn't die. It just does like half your tower. You're like, oh, fun. Fun for the whole family. All right, we have to go in for a Fireball here. And not ideal, but it is what we have. I think that we are going to Fireball on all this junk and then go in for a Bats and then clean that up. And we took a bunch of damage, but it was, you know, the only thing I had available. That's what I had to do, you know. We're going to go in for a Cannon Cart here early. Then we're going to go in for a Goblin Gang. No, we're going to log, actually. Yeah, we're just going to log that and use the Cannon Cart, and that should kill. And then I can just go for another Fireball and have a very valuable Fireball, if I do say so myself, hitting everything. So with the Cannoneer, we will be able to clean this up. Then I can go Goblinstein off to the side, then go for a Miner. And I'm just playing so decisively and deliberately with my gameplay, knowing that he's not going to be able to get back to the Pekka to kill the Goblinstein Brawler. And the Goblinstein will probably be allowing us to kill the Electro Dragon. If not, then I should be able to cycle back. So I have to log here. Then I'm going to go in for a Mortar. Then I'm going to Fireball again, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait a little bit, see if we can kill everything. Maybe we're able to hit extra stuff. If not, it's fine. We do have Goblinstein for a Ram Rider that might come down any second. You guys notice how safe you're allowed to play with this deck. It's pretty fun. Like, I do enjoy the fact that I'm allowed to just outplay my opponents, even if it's like a pretty deplorable position. We know he's going to NATO, so he did that last time. He should NATO this backward before it dies. If he doesn't NATO, he just loses the Fireball. Okay. Never mind. If you want to lose that way, that's fine. So yeah, a lot of these people don't necessarily play perfectly, so if they don't have a big spell, because 99% of the Evolved Goblin Giants and Pekka decks don't, you can just sit back and relax and defend because they're not going to be able to spell cycle out like 600 or 700 damage with rages and tornadoes. If you're able to keep your tower around 800 or 600 or even 500 health and you play rock solid defense, you'll gradually outdamage them with Miner Fireball and you'll win the match every time. It's completely understandable to be down against those dirty over-leveled decks, but you're never out of the match if you're playing this Mortar Cycle deck. Check out the pinned comment for a full video on my main channel with the exact same deck, with a lot more tips if you guys are looking for it. Also, like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe for more content, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.